Myra.
Hey, Andrea.
Welcome back to episode 7
Yes.
of Chisme con las Primas.
Happy Monday. Sorry, guys, for the mix-up from last week. I said Father's Day was Saturday in Mexico, Sunday in the U.S. Totally wrong.
She's a liar.
I apologize. I apologize on that.
Also, as y'all can see, we don't have a special guest with us today. She couldn't make it. She had problems with our flight, so it'll just be me and Myra today.
But we'll see her.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh yeah, we are definitely gonna have her on an episode. We just gotta figure that out.
All right, so let's jump into Chisme of the Week.
Yes.
See what we have going on. First one, me and my husband got a divorce 2 years ago, and we've been having threesomes with his new fiance. We took the meaning of co-parenting a little too far, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, at least they all get along great.
Yeah, but like, why get a divorce? Like, you should have just had like an open marriage or...
Yeah, like that TV show, Sister Wives.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, where he has like several wives.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're just... I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a sexual and not like a intimate relationship. I don't know, girl.
That seems too complicated.
It does.
I would like to know, is there absolutely no feelings whatsoever?
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'd just be curious. Is there no feelings? Because at one point that was your husband.
And then like the new fiance, like how does she feel about it? Because I wouldn't like...
Well, I mean, obviously she's down for it because it's all three of them.
Yeah.
But it's like, how is there no strings attached?
I have no idea. I couldn't do it.
Interesting. It'd be really nice, though, if this reader let us know how everything's going.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like, how is y'all's dynamic? Like, is it just strictly, like...
Is it awkward?
Threesomes? Or, like, are y'all also, like, in a...
Emotional relationship.
Yes,
emotional
that's the
relationship.
word I was looking for.
Because if they're not, then that's... I mean...
That's still weird. I don't know. And like, how do your kids feel about it?
Y'all are built different. If y'all are able to handle that situation without...
Kudos to y'all.
Oh my. Yes. Okay, moving on. Can I have some advice? So I've been with my boyfriend almost 2 years now, and we almost had 2 babies, but I miscarried them. But a week before I found out I was pregnant, he cheated. And then while I was pregnant, I found out there had been not 1 girl, but 2. Throughout my short pregnancy, I was so depressed and lost, and my biggest regret is not being able to enjoy it. When I was pregnant and I found out about the second girl he cheated on me with, he lied right to my face about it, and when I came in with receipts, he screamed at me and hit stuff in my car. Months later, we lose a baby, twins, and he's very don't show emotions, and I dealt with a lot of the loss other than the first week after alone. Well, he doesn't let me do much and have to ask permission if I can do stuff. I did, and he said yes to me going to a party with my coworkers. I fucked up and lied to him about not saying it was a pool party, I'll admit to that, but only because I knew he wouldn't have let me go. But he found out, pulled up to the party, and when he got into my car for him to take me home, he broke my car touchscreen. I'm honestly so lost on what to do because I feel so depressed and miserable. I'm 23, by the way. Please give me advice.
Run for the hills. There's a lot there.
There is a lot there.
But I feel like he may not be taking it out on you right now, but it's going to build up to that.
He's not there for her either.
No.
There's no emotional
you said you
attachment right
enjoy
there.
your pregnancy because of you finding out that he cheated on you. If he disrespected you when you were pregnant with his child, he's going to continue to disrespect you, especially if you keep letting it slide. Like, it's not going to get better. It doesn't get better when you get married. It's not going to get better when y'all have kids. It gets worse because he's going to be like, oh, she let it slide. Of course she's going to let it slide
what
again.
he's doing right now is testing his boundaries and her limits to see how far he can go.
Yeah.
And if she keeps on letting it go, like, oh, no, it's fine. Mm-hmm. It'll be different next time.
Yeah.
No, it'll just get worse and worse. But his excuses will be better. Because by then he'll kind of know how to.
And it won't be.
No, not at all.
If he has anger issues like that where he's breaking stuff and like getting aggressive with you like that, it's just going to get worse. And like, God forbid he takes it out on you, and God forbid it happens when you're pregnant. Like, I wouldn't even risk it. And you're so young, you have your whole life ahead of you. Like, don't feel rushed. Like, you have to stay with him and have kids with him just because you're in your 20s. Like, you have your entire life ahead of you.
That's just so
That
sad. That is
is.
so sad.
Don't settle for it, girl. Don't settle for
No,
it.
no, especially if he's already showing signs of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's verbal, physical, but not
Towards you.
not
Yet.
towards her yet.
Yet. It will get there though. So don't think he won't, and don't let him say like, "Oh, I love you. It's never going to happen," because it will.
Talk to somebody too.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to somebody. Ask for help if that is what you want. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233. Just in case any of y'all want to call.
And we'll link it down below too in
Yes.
the comments if y'all need that.
If you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody, at least talk to a stranger to kind of help you deal with it so that you're not stuck in that situation.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll be praying for you and hopefully everything works out. But yes, advice, go, run.
Leave him. Find you a man who respects you and is going to cherish you and treat you like a fucking queen when you're carrying his child.
Yes. Or learn to love yourself first. Because right now she doesn't really have confidence, respect, love for herself.
Because you won't settle for that shit. You won't settle for less when
because
you know
she'll
your
know
worth.
her worth and her value. So once she
Exactly.
gets to that point, it doesn't matter who comes into her life.
Yeah.
She'll be good.
Exactly.
One of them put moving out of Dallas. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Hopefully that's a good thing for you.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to move away from your hometown.
I know.
I mean, I didn't really go far, but
I didn't either.
and if I didn't need to, I don't think I would have. But like, I know people who needed to move out of their hometown to get away from like bad influences or whatever it was, and they're fucking thriving.
They are.
They are
They
thriving.
took that step.
Mm-hmm.
My mother-in-law is the reason why I had postpartum depression. Living with her as a new mom was horrible.
I'm guessing she tried to like tell you how to parent, how to raise your kid, how to. That sucks.
That does suck.
That sucks.
That does suck. But since we don't know the whole scenario,
can't really speak on it. I mean, I wouldn't be able to live with my mother-in-law. I mean, my mother-in-law is fucking awesome. She's amazing. But my mom made me realize like you need your own space. You need to grow on your own and learn how to mother on your own. So she like would come over, bring me food, bring me atole because it helps with like breastfeeding and stuff. But she would like be like, "Do y'all need anything before I go?" No, okay, I'm leaving because
she respected y'all's boundaries.
and she wanted us to have like our alone time. Me and JC learn how to raise a child and be on our own schedule and like learn it on our own. So I couldn't imagine having someone there while I'm trying to personally learn and while I'm feeling like shit and hurting and all of that. Someone telling me what to do.
Yeah. But what if that mother-in-law doesn't know that she's kind of overstepping and she's just trying to be more helpful but doesn't see that what she's doing is
like she's not doing it in like a malicious way.
Yeah. I would say talk to her.
Yeah.
Talk to her first.
And talk to your husband too so he can back you up because he should be backing you up if that's how you feel. And be like, hey, can you just like talk to your mom or like talk to her with me?
That is true because if they don't have the relationship, it's best if her husband steps in and kind of is a mediator.
But with you
them.
there too.
Yes,
so, like,
of course.
You have to build that relationship with your mother-in-law to be able to tell her, look, you're making me uncomfortable.
But that sucks. I hope they can move past that.
And I hope you've gotten help. And if you haven't, definitely reach out to someone because postpartum depression is so real and it can escalate so fast. And a lot of people don't take it seriously.
No, because it's not talked about a lot. Yeah, it's not talked about. What is this? The last one. My sister-in-law was cheating on her husband with a coworker. My sister-in-law was cheating.
So either... No, with her husband.
Cheating on her husband with a coworker.
So not your brother.
Maybe your husband's
brother's
sibling.
Wife. No, your husband's sibling. I mean, your husband's sisters. Your husband's sister. It has to be your husband's sister.
My sister. But it also could be your husband's brother's wife because it's still your sister-in-law, no?
But then you would say my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's wife is cheating.
Really? Because I call my sister-in-laws sister-in-laws. I mean, duh. But like
I was like, wait, what?
my brother's oh wow. My husband's brother, his wife, I say sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Is that not right?
Yeah, but you're saying it could be his brother.
Yeah, his brother's wife.
We're overcomplicating this.
We are. We
Anyways,
are. What?
that's crazy. You
Yes.
get into like,
My sister-in-law was cheating on
Would
her
you tell her?
husband with a coat. Would I tell her? Yes.
I mean,
no.
would you tell him? Would you tell him? Because it's saying my sister-in-law.
Yes. Depends on the well, no. Either way, I would at least tell my husband for sure.
Yeah. Number one.
But
I mean,
depending on my
everything.
relationship with them, I would still feel guilty just because I would like to know if my husband's stepping out.
Yeah.
But maybe talk to the sister-in-law and be like, hey,
Yeah.
what you're doing is not okay. Either you tell him or I tell him.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I don't know.
More
Like,
stay out of it.
I would want to know, of course. Like, I would want someone to tell me, but I want you to have proof and I want the receipts. Like, I need.
Of course.
I don't want to just he said, she said type thing. But when it came to like somebody else's business, I don't know if I could be like, if I knew them well enough, yeah, of course.
No, yeah,
I would
that's
tell
what I'm
them.
saying.
But
Depending
if
on the
I don't
relationship.
know them and I'm not close to them, I don't know if I would tell him.
Well, no, because if you bumped into somebody and you saw them on the
Che
streets.
mosca.
En la mosca parada en la pared.
I'm gonna bring my salt gun. Do you have one?
What?
A salt gun.
I have a matamoscas.
No,
That will
girl,
help.
You need to upgrade. You need to upgrade. I'll send you the link.
I don't know.
To each their own.
To each their own. Yeah, you also want to mind people's business, but at the same time, you also want to do the right thing.
But you have to know, like, you may lose that other person in it. So if you don't care for it, then go for it.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Well, good luck to them. They need therapy. Couples counseling, something, or why be married in the first place? I don't understand that.
Me neither. I will never understand that.
Why get married?
Why? You're bored? Divorce them. Go find somebody else. I will never understand cheating.
I won't either, unless or until it happens to us. You know what that's what I said. Some people have said you don't know until you're put in that situation.
In what way though? Because like I feel like I could never cheat on, like, even if I hated my husband and we didn't have a good relationship and I was just over him and I wasn't in love with him anymore, I don't feel like I could cheat with him just because I have so much respect for myself that I couldn't be that person because I'm still married to him.
Yeah.
I would divorce him and then go putear and shit.
Yeah, because if you have that mentality, then there's no point on getting married.
Now, if he cheated on me, I don't care if we got kids. I'm out. Like, he knows that. And I'm not putting up with it. Like, I'm not.
No, I think marriage.
I have too much self-respect.
People kind of lose the concept of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Dating, girlfriend, boyfriend, okay, that's serious to some extent. But when you take that step to get married with somebody, that's a huge step.
But like, even if like he cheated on me when we were just dating, I wouldn't have been able to marry him. Because it's like, you don't have respect for me now.
Yeah.
How are you going to have respect for me then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some people are okay with that. Like,
some
I know
people are.
People who are with other people and they've cheated on each other, you know, whatever. And they're okay with it. To each their own, I guess.
So it's the cheesemate for the week. What about you? What's your biggest challenges as a mother?
Are we going into motherhood?
Motherhood.
I would have to say, I mean, it's all a challenge within itself, right? Becoming a new mom for me, and just having to learn everything. But I think the biggest thing that probably put me in like a bad state or whatever was my postpartum anxiety, for sure. For sure. Because, you know, like with that, I don't think I was depressed. I think I had like the blues at one point, but I don't think I was like.
But when did you start noticing
anxiety
that you had postpartum depression, or right?
I don't think I had postpartum depression.
Anxiety,
yeah, it was like right off the bat, because I mean, I was already like anxious since like I pushed that child out. Like I literally set alarms on my phone every 2 hours. So I had alarm 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like all day, my alarms were going off so I could wake up and breastfeed her. I got to make sure she's eating enough. I got to, and even in between that, like I didn't sleep much. And I'd be like, is she breathing? Okay. Is she breathing? Okay. Like it was so bad. I don't even think I was like a zombie, literally. I don't know how I was even
functioning. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I think that's when I like got a little bit of the blues because I would randomly just start crying, like crying. Just like, why are you crying? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, it's just, I don't know. And I mean, that went away, but the anxiety has always been there.
It's stuck around.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to.
I don't think it'll go away though.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just how we cope with it. Yeah. Learning to cope with it.
I mean, I think like a little bit of anxiety, yeah, because you're always worried about your kid.
Yes. But we kind of make our anxiety a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So it's just how we cope. That's my opinion. I think at the end of the day, it's how we cope.
I don't want this anymore.
I don't either, girl, but we stuck.
I know.
We stuck.
I don't know. Like postpartum depression, I know that if you have it, it gets worse with every single pregnancy you have. And that was one huge thing I talked to JC about. I was like, if I start acting funny, if I start saying depressing stuff, like you better get me help like ASAP.
Yes.
Like don't even question it. Tell someone, get me help, because I mean, I don't know if you've seen like these stories of the postpartum psychosis and all of that and them hurting their babies.
Isn't that crazy though? Did you ever expect to have that conversation with your husband?
Yes.
Oh, really?
I have a lot of crazy conversations with him. Like when I was going in to have my baby, I was like, I'm going to remind you again, if something happens and it's between me and my baby,
yes,
you know,
yes,
who are you going to pick? And then he was like, well, you. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad we're on the same page here. Because I do want you to choose me. I mean, some people are probably like, no, my baby. But I'm like, we can have, I mean, as sad as it is, we can have another baby, but I'm not going to be there anymore, you know? So yeah, I have a lot of those questions with him. Like, if this ever happens, like, especially working in the ER, I'm like, if I'm ever on life, if I'm a potato, pull the plug.
Take me off.
Pull the plug.
That's how, I think the older you get, the more alert you are with that. Because I even told Jose, we need to start setting up. And I don't like talking about it because it's superstition too.
I think you need to talk about it.
But yes, but the will, have a will of, even if it's random shit, but at least our main thing is our kids. Yeah. Who our kids go to. That way nobody else gets a say so.
That's what I need to do, to be honest.
Do a will on who gets our kids and all of that. That way everything's protected. So God forbid something happened to us, I'm at peace knowing that my kids are taken care of. But
I've asked my parents, do you want to be cremated or do you want like an open casket? My sister has shared her, like, if you look at my notes and you click on people's names, it literally like their blood types on there, what they wish for, like all of that's on there, because I'm just like, you never know.
No. And it's so important. Yeah. So I tell my parents that all the time. It's very, or at least I didn't hear a lot about that until I started working where I am now. And my boss would always talk about that. Her helping her parents out, set out their will and all of that. And I was like, that's never been a conversation of topic in our family.
No.
I don't know if it's been in your,
I was like, Mom, don't talk about it. I used to be like, don't talk about that. Like, I don't want to talk about you dying.
But it's so important.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know. And then now I'm like, no, like we need to.
Yes, because you also want to protect their wishes too.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to pass, I would I don't want people arguing. I want them to follow what it is. Yeah. Are my wishes.
Yeah. I want to be cremated. I told my mom. I mean, my mom told me that too. She's like, I want to be cremated. Yo no quiero que me anden comiendo las ratas.
Yeah, I want to be cremated too.
My mom hates rats. She's like, no.
But then what if you move? I was thinking about that the other day.
I don't want it.
But like if you're buried and then if your family moves to a different state.
That's why if you're cremated, you're going to carry me with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can't carry you around with them.
Then you bury them somewhere. The ashes. You can do that too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to be cremated too.
Yeah. But back to our
wrap
topic.
It around.
I'm so sorry. What's your biggest challenge in motherhood?
Biggest challenge in motherhood. Ooh, a little bit of everything. Making sure I don't lose myself
Yeah.
as a mother.
Yes.
Which right
That's
now I'm
huge.
kind of in that awkward stage where I know who I am, but
It's
at the
like a
same
roller
time, yes,
coaster.
I'm
Yeah.
slowly losing myself a little bit again.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back in the motions, but it's so hard.
Yeah. For sure it is,
It
because
is
then
so
we get
hard.
like so occupied with other things and we forget to think about us.
Yeah. Or
And
we
it's
feel
like,
guilty, that
yeah.
mom guilt.
Yes, like we're mothers and we think mother, 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 mother. But it's like, what
Yes.
about us?
And when we do have some time to ourselves, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I could be
Yeah.
doing something else with the baby right now. Or it's just
Yeah.
learning that that's okay.
Yeah. What have you done to find yourself?
Lately, not
No,
a
in the
damn
past,
thing.
though.
Oh,
That
in the
worked for you.
past, what worked for me is a lot of meditating, a lot of reading,
How do you
being
meditate without, so like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD and anxiety. So when I try to meditate, my mind won't shut off.
I'm in like beginner's meditation. I do what works for me, and what I've heard is just sit there.
Yeah.
Just sit there.
I can't.
Each time. Just sit. It doesn't. Let your mind run. Let your mind run. Get it all out, and just sit there, and just then focus on everything.
Yeah.
Feel your body as you're meditating.
What else have you done?
I did journaling for a little bit. That helped. I was very cautious on what I was telling myself in my head, the thoughts I was allowing. I chose to stay away from my phone.
That's what I need to do. I need to stop looking at my phone right away. Like text messages, okay, I will look at, because I'm like, okay, what if my mom needs something, my brothers, whatever. But like social media wise, I need to stop opening it up.
Yeah, because that's the first thing you see.
I'm like, oh, TikTok, let's see. Let me, before my child gets up over there, let me scroll some TikTok.
And depending on what you see, it kind of sets your mood.
Yeah.
It kind of, if you see something sad, it kind of starts building up to that.
So I did a social media cleanse back then, and I like deleted them off my phone because I knew that even if they were on my phone, I would go and look. So I deleted them off my phone. But now I'm back to where I was. I have like a timer on there, so it's like I can only allow myself like 2 hours on TikTok.
Okay.
But I'm getting so bad at it again. I need to.
Do you get anxiety when you kind of take a couple steps back?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I am right now, is dealing with my anxiety of, okay, I'm a couple steps back when I was forward. So I'm just like kind of trying to get myself out of that funk.
And I like to keep myself busy so I don't think about it, but busy in the wrong things.
Yes.
And procrastinating in the things I need to get done.
Yes. So last night, that's what I was thinking too. It's okay, I'm feeling all these type of ways. I feel like not like myself. I don't feel confident. But what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
We need to get on it. What are we going to do?
Self-care.
Okay.
Is very important.
So everybody who wants to join in with us
do
for this
something
next week.
Yes. Do something. One thing, whether it's
in the morning.
Or at night.
At night.
Something that will help you out.
You know what helped me too is affirmations, like telling myself like positive affirmations when I woke up. Because you brush your teeth or whatever.
Or before you go to sleep.
No. When I woke up. Like when you first wake up.
Okay.
Go and brush your teeth and you're just saying like positive things to yourself, basically.
Okay, I can see how that helps.
I wish I could journal.
What I don't have the patience.
I'm scared somebody's gonna read all my thoughts.
That too.
I mean, who's gonna read them?
That too. Like, what if something happens to me and then people are like rummaging through my stuff, to see where
and they
what's
find
gonna
like
go.
my old,
and then they start
they're
reading.
gonna be like, this bitch was crazy.
Yeah, that's when you know we need help. If we're already making up scenarios in our heads.
I know.
That's bad.
Yeah, no.
That is bad.
Did the relationship you had with your mother affect how you mothered?
Yes and no.
How so?
Well, I've learned a lot from the way from watching my mom parent us and my siblings, and it's kind of walked me through the path of how I should, but then also the negative aspects of, okay, I don't agree with how my mom does this. Let me make sure I don't do that with my kids, and not to speak bad on her behalf. It's just
Yeah.
not my style of parenting.
Yeah, no, I get that. Because, like, I mean, like how my mom, I've said it before in previous episodes, but like how spanking is a huge thing in our culture. And I used to get spanked as a child, but my mom didn't know how that emotionally affects you. And I know now because I've done my research, I read about it a lot, and I'm like, that's why I do this, or that's why I'm like this, or that's why I lack this. And so now I know I don't want to raise my child like that. Like, I don't want to hit my child. And to each their own. Like, if people want to
Discipline
their kids like that, you go for it. But for me, I'm trying like the gentle parenting approach, which is completely opposite of how I was raised.
Yeah.
And I don't mean gentle parenting like let your kid do whatever the fuck they want. No, it's like, oh, I see you're angry.
Why
Like,
are you angry?
How can I help you? What can I do for you? Do you want a hug?
Kind of
help
to
you?
understand them, get at
Yeah.
their level and
And so
understand
they
them.
feel free to, express their emotions. Like, yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm sad. It's like, okay, we don't hit. Let's try this.
Rather than shutting them down.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've heard it that a lot when we were crying as kids is, why are you crying? Stop crying. No llores.
Yeah.
Deja de llorar.
Yeah. So, I mean, parenting in that way, yes. But I always tell my mom, like, I hope to be half the mother you were, because my mom is so fucking strong. I'm like, how do you do it?
Yeah, my
And
mom is
she
strong
did
too.
her
They were built
best.
different
Yeah.
back then because they had to do it all on their own.
Yeah.
Versus now, I think what cushions me is I know my mom is there for me.
Yeah. Same.
And back then, our moms didn't have really that.
Yeah. And my
luxury.
mom, what I like is that she respects how I raise my child. So she also tries to like imply that. And of course, I wouldn't, my mom wouldn't yell at my kids, but she knows how I like discipline her or how she acts and stuff like that. So she also like respects what I'm doing, which helps because I'm like, thank you.
She doesn't go against it.
Yeah. Like, I can't believe you're not spanking them. You need to spank them.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, I was one of those. I mean, I think as a parent, you parent each kid differently.
Yeah.
So you
yeah, because you're learning as you go.
yeah,
I'm
you're
sure.
learning with each kid. And I think with my first one, I was more of the discipline, the spanking.
Well, that's all you knew. And you were so young.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
My second one, it was a little bit similar, just less. And then my third one, I was like, okay, but what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing to help them? So then I kind of went the gentle way too. But now it's kind of, I have like that mom guilt of, well, I spanked my other two kids.
Yeah. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I read this thing that was like, your child doesn't grow up to become who you want them to become. They grow up to become who you are. Because that's what they're seeing. That's what they're hearing.
That makes, yes.
Yeah. So if you're talking negative about yourself or about them, they're also going to talk that way about themselves.
That is very true.
If they see you get angry and lash out, they're going to get angry and lash out.
If you see you're hiding your feelings,
they're going to do the same.
They're going to do the same.
Yeah.
I know one thing that I want to do with my son is, because, I mean, we hear it all the time, boys don't cry.
Oh, yeah. No, that has to go.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I do not want to tell my son is, boys don't cry.
Yeah.
Because then that you're kind of shutting down their emotions at that point, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I had to like sort of teach that to JC in a way too. It's like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to show your emotions. Like with me, we can talk about anything and everything.
It wasn't? Like, where did that start? I don't get it. Where did that start?
The machista mentality. That's where it starts. It's you're a man and you suck it up and that's it. So a lot of guys are like, you don't cry. Toughen up. You're fine.
It's a lot easier to suck it up, right? No, I think it's a lot harder to put yourself out there and show your emotions, and I think that's what makes a man a man.
So like also, I think in order for you to be a gentle parent, you have to kind of like heal your inner child. Because I have to like, okay, breathe, Andrea. And it's like, okay, Amelia, Oh, I was gonna say her name. Baby girl, we breathing for me. We're taking some deep
You have
breaths
to have
because I need to calm
patience.
down.
Yes.
I need to think about how I'm gonna say it and what I'm gonna say to you.
Because it's so easy to lose our shit with the kids.
Yeah.
So easy.
And I told JC that I was like, if you ever see me getting super anxious around her, like remind me so I don't take it out on her, because I don't want to take out how I'm personally feeling on my child.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Did we have any response? I think we had some responses on these.
To the
Both of those questions we've answered so far.
what has been your biggest challenge in motherhood? Trying not to lose myself in the journey of motherhood. I've been trying to find myself again.
Amen.
Which is what we were talking about.
And you have to have your own hobbies. You have to find something for just you that doesn't benefit anyone but you. As selfish as that sounds, you have to be selfish. You have to do some form of self-care just for yourself.
Even if it's flipping through a magazine for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Even if it's like buying yourself a new shirt. Something that doesn't benefit. Oh, I'm going to buy this for the kids. Like, no. Something that benefits just you.
Doing it alone. What has been your biggest challenge in motherhood? Doing it alone.
I'm sorry that I couldn't do it alone.
No, I'd cry.
I feel like I depend a lot on my husband for me to stay sane and for me to raise my child properly. I mean, I know a lot of single moms who do it, who have to do it.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
They have to do it.
And I mean, I have so much respect for single moms who grew up, like, I mean, raising their children by themselves. And I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I guess you have to be strong and you have to do it.
You have no choice.
Yeah.
You have to carry on for your kids.
You've got this, girl. You've got this.
Dealing with in-laws, getting involved in the way we parent.
Yeah, no.
Which is similar. Boundaries. Always keep your boundaries.
I'm like, don't tell me how to raise a kid. I've been raising your kid. Yeah, no. I'm blessed to say my mother-in-law does not get into my business.
But if she does, you kind of need to stop that before if you keep letting it go and letting it go and letting it go, it's just going to be harder to stop.
Like, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah, no, they're very much like, they want to know why I do something. They'll be like, oh, how do you do this? Or like, what do you do about this? Or like stuff like that. But they don't really like, hey, do this.
Yeah.
Which is what
They're more of giving you advice rather than telling you how to parent.
Yeah.
My biggest challenge is having a penis, so I can't really know.
Boy, bye.
Sharing my baby with everyone. I wish people would respect not passing the baby around like if baby was a doll.
Well, that's when you set your boundaries.
Yeah.
Because I very much made that so clear. I didn't have any visitors for the first 2 months, except for my immediate family. I didn't even have my best friends who are like family until the 2 months. Like, I didn't want anyone. I wanted my private time with just my baby. I didn't want to have to be passing my baby around. And then when I did start, like, going out to, like, family gatherings or whatever, I, like, baby wore her so people wouldn't ask me. And even if they did, like, JC was very much like, no. No, this is my baby.
And I think that's, a lot of people get criticized for that. A lot of parents get criticized.
In our culture.
Yes.
And
I don't see why.
I was very much, don't kiss my baby. Don't kiss their hands. Don't kiss their feet. Don't kiss my baby. You don't need to.
No.
For what?
No.
If you need to touch my baby, which I get that, you know, they're like, oh, le voy a dar ojo.
Oh, sí.
Grab the arm.
Yeah.
Grab the tummy.
Like, oh, pa no darle ojo.
The back of the head. But stop kissing people's babies. Stop carrying them. Stop. If the mom hands off the baby.
Then, of course, yeah.
Does anybody want to hold my baby? Yeah. But don't go, oh, give me the baby.
No.
Like, no.
Ask first.
Yeah.
Ask first. I made that mistake with my two.
Unless you know that they're, like, comfortable, you know.
Yeah. See, I wasn't
around.
comfortable. So I wouldn't like to say mistake because it was my fault. But I felt like I had to because I didn't want that repercussion of, oh, why are you being like that?
Yeah.
And then with my last one, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm setting boundaries. This is my child. If I don't want you to hold my child, that should be okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing.
And I told my mom immediately. I said, I'm sorry. I don't want none of your sisters coming to the hospital. I don't want any of them coming to my home until I am ready. And my mom respected that. And I know that's what helps me a lot, because in a way she validates what I say. Like, Mom, I don't want anybody kissing my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think till this day my parents have kissed her. I think my dad does, like on the back of the head, but they definitely don't kiss the face. I'm like, and she respects that. And because I'll tell her, I'm like, look, they can get this and this, like this can
Yeah.
happen. Like,
But I don't think it's only that. With my two oldest ones, I'm also teaching them is you can say hi. You know how when you in the culture you get to a family's house, you shake their hand, you do the kiss, you do
yeah,
the
no,
and I'm
no.
teaching my kids you can say hi respectfully, but if you do not feel comfortable whatsoever, you know how you can get those vibes
Oh
from
yeah,
like
yeah, from that one Theo.
weird uncle or
Yeah.
weird aunt.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to talk to my kids. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to give them a hug. You
Yeah.
don't have to give them a kiss. It's
Yep.
hi. It's a handshake or hey everybody.
Yeah.
There's no
I've taught
disrespect
her
about
high
that.
fives like this, or you can shake their hand,
Yes.
or you can blow them a kiss. I said, but
And
yeah.
I feel like we as parents in that type of culture, we're pushing our kids
Yeah.
to keep their
Yeah.
mouth shut when it comes to adults taking advantage of them.
Yes, because they're like, oh, well, that's my aunt or that's my uncle. I have to go give them a kiss.
Yes.
I have to go give them a hug because they're
Yes.
family.
Or if they're like, come sit on my lap, go.
Yeah,
That's your
no.
uncle. That's your aunt. Go sit
No.
on their lap. But it's if our kids don't feel comfortable, why push them?
Like when somebody like wants to get my baby and they go like this and she's
Yes.
like, no, I'm like, okay, she doesn't want to go with you. You're not going to grab my baby by force.
And I
You're
think
not.
the older generation needs to respect that.
Yeah.
They need to respect
For
that.
sure.
And, of course, the majority of them don't agree with it, but at least respect it.
Yeah.
You say your piece, I say my piece, but that's
Yeah.
it. It's my child. You have a
Yeah.
child and you do what you want with that
Like,
child.
I will go in and settle that my tias. The ones I like, I give hugs to. You know, with the handshake and the kiss or the hug, whatever.
But you have that
because,
confianza with them.
I'm comfortable with them. But some uncles, I don't do it. And I don't know if
No.
anybody's noticed it in our family, but some of them, I won't do it. I will either like avoid that person completely, or
And
I'll
that's
go around
valid.
them.
That's okay.
Yeah. Or I'll do like a little side hug because I know how they are. And
And it's not you talking shit on them. It's just
no,
you.
I'm not comfortable.
No, and
I go off
nowadays
vibes.
you really don't know.
You don't know,
You
yeah.
don't, family or not.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's good to teach your child. You're giving
Yes.
them this is my body, and I want to respect my body,
Yes.
and I'm going to listen to what my body wants.
You're allowing
Yeah.
them to see the red flags.
We totally went off topic.
We did.
It's okay.
Did the relationship you had with your mother affect how you parent? Yes, she was a hard ass, super strict, but I'm thankful she was. I am strict with my girls, but only when necessary. I don't want them to act crazy because they can't do stuff. The strictest parents tend to have the sneakiest
They
kids.
sure do. They sure do.
Mm.
No shade, but I used to have like some tias who would always say I was a bad influence and didn't want their kid around me. And so they were very strict on their kids. And in my
Me too.
opinion,
When I got pregnant at 18, apparently I was contagious.
yeah, and like in my opinion, I feel like their kids at one point were much worse than I was. And I'm like, because you're strict as shit. Like, of course they're gonna want to.
But then
Go
that's how
out and
everything
explore.
started, all the envy and everything.
Yeah.
It all stems. Whoa, I'm not putting the blame on our tias or anything. It's not what I'm trying to do here.
But that's where it stems from.
But that's kind of where it stems from is.
And we're not being disrespectful.
No, not at all.
We're not talking shit.
No.
We're just saying like.
But we shouldn't even have to be put in that situation where it's like, well, your kid is worse than my kid and my kid is worse than your kid. It's, hey, your kid's doing something, you know.
And that's why some tias don't share their business with other tias.
Yes.
Because they already know like that conversation's not going to be welcome. So why am I going to have that conversation?
I want, or at least with my siblings and my nieces and nephews, if I see them doing something they're not supposed to be doing, I want to have that confidence. Well, I think I do, where I'll tell my brothers,
Yeah.
hey, your kid is doing this. Like, you may want to talk to
Yeah.
them, or I'm just letting you know as a parent because I would like to know.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be looked at it in a negative
Like
way.
you
Like,
should hide it.
yes, like
No.
if you let's talk about it. Let's help each other out. Why have our kids compete? Why have
And I want to build that trust with my nieces and nephews. So if they are going through that, or if they're going like they're getting in trouble or whatever, they can come to me and talk to me about it if they don't want to talk to their parents. But like I could never imagine myself going to talk to one of my tias and be like, look, tia, got drunk over here and blah 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 whatever.
I think I can do that.
Yeah?
Yes, I can do that. The only reason I
Kudos
can
to
is
you.
because I'm 32.
No, but like then.
Oh,
Like growing up.
growing
Yeah.
up. Not girl, I'll be scared. I'll be
Exactly.
scared.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't
you
want to
can
tell
tell
my
my
own
mom.
mama.
Yeah. I just started opening up to
Yeah.
my mom.
And like I would tell my siblings if it's harming their child, like if they're doing something that's harming them, okay, but if it's something that I can talk to them about and keep that confidence between us, I'm going to keep it between us
Yes.
to a certain extent, you know?
But because when we're sitting and talking shit about each other's kids, it's like we're glad that they're failing.
Yeah,
That's what
no.
it makes it seem
Yeah.
like.
Like, oh my God, your child's going through that. What can I do to help you?
Yes.
How can I help you? And let me be there for you.
Yes.
So that if I ever have to go through something similar, then I know you're going to be there for me.
Without any judgment. Because
Yeah.
a lot of us, we can say, oh, no judgment, girl. And
Yeah.
then there we are pouring our hearts out. And then next thing you know, so-and-so already knows. And this person already knows. It's just,
Yeah.
why can't we just help each other grow?
Yeah. We are. That's going to be the new generation
Yes.
of our children.
Yes. But
Yeah,
you are
hopefully.
right. The strictest parents tend to have the sneakiest kids. Because we weren't safe. That's for sure.
I think we were all of our parents were strict. And we all were sneaky. And we were all bad.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Every family, not one of our cousins or tias can say no that their kids are perfect.
No.
Because every family had at least
I think
one
I deserved a
sneaky
good
kid.
whooping here and there.
Oh,
Plenty.
yeah, I for sure did.
Yeah, plenty.
I'm not saying I didn't deserve none of my whoopings because, girl, I deserve them.
Absolutely good and bad. It made me realize what worked and what didn't, made it stronger. No, I learn as I go. My baby deserves to have a open-minded mom. I believe every child should be raised from scratch, and things from the past should not affect how we parent.
But you're parenting that way for a reason. So
Because
something
of your
from your
past.
past is, yeah.
Yes.
But I see where you're coming from, that you want to give them a like clean slate and kind of like, I guess, learn as you go and see what works for you.
But you're doing that because what didn't work back then, what
Yeah.
you saw, what you experienced.
Yeah.
So you kind of do have to focus in the past just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what they mean. But yeah, I'd like to think I'm an open-minded parent too.
Yeah.
What's one thing, kind of going back to self-care and everything, what's one of your personal growths? Something that has helped you grow personally.
Being okay with being the emotional person. Being okay with showing my love, that emotional side of me. Because a lot of people would say I had like a black heart, like a dark heart. Because I didn't show I was a mean bitch. I was, to protect myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like for a while when I was younger, like if we were really close, then if it was like your birthday or something, I wrote you a whole letter. You got a picture of us, like very me spilling my heart out. I'm so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, blah, blah. Well, I cut that out like once I got a little older because people were like either taking advantage of that or kind of like throwing it back in my face in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped being emotional and open about my feelings. And now that I've grown a lot and I'm like, why? Why am I not going to tell you I love you every day?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I not going to constantly tell you how proud I am of you? No matter how little your goal is. Like for my friends, like we're not very emotional people together. We're like a, hey girl, from like a distance, which is weird.
Yeah.
Unless we're drunk, but that's besides the point. But like now, like whenever they achieve anything, I automatically like spill my heart out to them. Like, I'm so proud of you, so proud of the woman you're becoming. Like, you keep going, girl.
Girl, if I've been constipated for days, I want somebody to cheer me on when I finally go.
I cannot with you.
Like, just those small things.
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter how insignificant.
Yeah. But I think that's helped me realize that it's okay to be an emotional person and it's okay to share your emotions and to tell people that you love them.
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that's taught me a lot about myself and it's allowed me to love myself in a way, which is crazy. Like, it's taught me how to love myself a lot.
We gotta love ourselves.
Yes.
It starts with us.
You can't live your life, not
No,
loving
you
yourself.
can't be a good wife, well, that's not that the goal is to be a good wife, a good sister, daughter, mother, wife.
A good person.
If you don't love yourself, if you don't work on yourself.
What about you? What's one thing that's helped you grow personally?
Oh, a little bit of everything, but I think it's looking back through my mistakes, looking back through what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard pill to swallow.
And why you did it. And where you were at in your life.
Yes, because most of the shit you do.
Yeah.
That's not right, but it's too hard for you to admit it because then you're like, oh, am I that type of person?
Yeah.
So that's right now it's been helping me. It's realizing, oh, shit, I was like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. That's not who my end goal is, if that makes any sense.
I had a hard time like admitting, sorry, I had to burp, when I was wrong.
And I still have a hard time. It smells like olive oil.
No, like people are gonna be like, what?
She's drinking
Side
olive.
note, guys, we're not getting off topic.
No.
The Olioto drink from Starbucks. Like, let me tell you, Starbucks is trash. It's all about Dutch Bros.
For real.
But anyways, I wanted to try this Oleato shaken espresso. It's like their new thing. Well, when I got it, my husband tasted it. He's like, it tastes like butter, like popcorn butter. And I'm like, what? No, it's like the toffee nut or whatever it's called. No, it turns out that it has freaking
olive oil.
So that's why it looks so oily.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you smelled. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, I had a hard time admitting when I was wrong. Like, even with JC, like, it was so hard for me to admit when I was wrong.
Even harder to say the word sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, but I get so mad when he doesn't apologize.
See, I get angry when I apologize.
That too, because I don't want
to, but I'm like,
but I will.
have to.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I will.
That's how I know I've grown, is because I will apologize. Like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong, you know?
Yes, but that part is so hard to do.
Yeah, because I've never heard like an I'm sorry from like growing up, you know, getting raised the way I got, like how we were raised, whatever. I never heard an I'm sorry. Like if my mom was wrong or my siblings or something, never.
It's not.
It was more of like force. Like, you hit her, say I'm sorry.
Yes.
And it's like, no. What?
They're telling you to say sorry. It's not because you genuinely want to.
Yeah.
This week, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your week? How have you been feeling mentally?
I started off the week really good. I think Thursday I had an anxiety attack. I was probably at like a 3. I was like at an 8 all like the beginning of the week. And then I think like Thursday I was at a 3 for sure. Had an anxiety attack. I don't even know why, but I think I just start overthinking my anxiety, and then it gets to that point.
It's hard to stop it from
you. And I kind of got to bring myself back in. And then Friday and Saturday, I think it got better. 8. But my social media is like I don't want to be social anymore.
Oh,
like
you're drained.
I can only do one day of being social. I don't know why. Like if my Saturday is spent being social, Sunday I want to do nothing. I want to see nobody. I want to be at home doing nothing.
Or if you know you're gonna do something Saturday, Friday, you don't want to do anything with anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I think I'm good right now. Just tired, but mentally, I would say I'm at an 8, 7, 8.
Yeah. Overall average for the whole week.
8. Yeah. You?
I would say now 7.
We're getting there.
Yeah, same. I had like 2 anxiety attacks this week.
I'm like, what's in the air?
Something.
Is it a full moon?
I don't know.
What's happening?
I don't know. My anxiety attacks lately have been where I just want to stop the time.
Yeah.
Just stop the time.
Mine is like I start crying and crying and crying, and I have no idea why.
No, mine is just the day goes by even if the day goes by too fast or too slow, I just want to press pause.
Yeah.
So I can just even enjoy the fly that's flying around. But just stop, pause. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because with anxiety, you don't live in the present. And that's what sucks.
No.
Like a lot of my memories, that's why I take a lot of photos, because I don't remember a lot of things, because I feel like we're always in like this panic state of thinking,
yes,
what's next?
Survival
what do I have?
mode.
Yeah. Like, what do I have to do next? Like, I can't ever just live in the moment because I'm thinking about the next thing.
But you want to.
Yeah, that's why I take a lot of photos. 'Cause I'm like, I want to remember this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to learn to live in the moment.
Like my first couple of weeks of motherhood, I don't really remember. And I took so many videos and pictures, so I'll go back and look at them, which I'm so glad I did. But I was in such a survival mode.
Yes.
It's like a blur. Like literally a blur. It's crazy.
I don't know. I always think whenever I have an anxiety attack, it's kind of like an how do they say it? An out of body experience.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's like your body gets hot, but then you feel like you're in your own body, but you're not. But you're like
shock, almost
staring at yourself back. I don't know. It feels so weird.
And then you don't recognize who that person is. So then you start freaking out more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are we so fucked up?
No. I think, but my goal is to learn to cope with my anxiety.
Yeah, same.
To feel it. Because sometimes when I am in a good mood, I'll still have anxiety, but then I'll be like, okay, why are you having this anxiety?
Yeah. What would you say is the best part about being a mother?
Oh, the best part, knowing that somebody's calling you mom.
Yeah. Mom.
Oh, yeah, you say it like that. Mom. Mom. I don't know. Sometimes it's I don't know.
Is it just like the feeling that like you're a mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're needed.
Yeah. I'm always needed. And I was literally telling JC, like, I want a day, like just one day where I'm not needed by anyone, not even my child. I mean, I'm not saying it like in a bad way. I love my family. But like I want a day where
I would love
nobody
that.
texts me asking me for anything. Nobody calls me asking for anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything.
But would you really be okay?
No, I think I would.
Yeah,
because
wouldn't the absolutely peace and quiet of no disturbance, wouldn't that kind of be like,
I don't know.
Oh,
I
shit.
think like if I could go to a hotel room and get like room service all fucking night and just sit there and like watch Netflix.
You know what? There's moms that actually do
amazing.
that.
Yeah, I've seen that on TikTok. Like, oh, once a couple months, my husband gets me a hotel room, which I don't know. I feel weird always sleeping away from my husband. Like I don't like it. When I've gone out of town,
it's nice.
Well, I miss him.
No. Yeah, I cry.
Yeah,
I cry when he goes out of
too.
town. I cry. I'm not ashamed to say that.
Back to our topic.
Oh, yeah,
back to our
back
topic. I think the best part about being a mother is being a mother. That's a hard question.
That is a hard question.
I think there's
no right answer either.
I think it's knowing I'm raising a little human being that I get to see what they're going to turn out like without all the trauma that I had. And my trauma isn't like, it's more of like emotional trauma for me, but like getting to see how she turns out without having emotional trauma. I think that's, I don't know. That's a hard question.
That is a very hard question.
I love it though. And they're like, you can't make being a mother your personality. Why not? That's who I am 24/7.
Yeah.
I love being a mom.
There's some moms that thrive being mothers.
I love
they
being
have
a
all their
mom.
shit together and
they got 5 kids and their whole house is organized and
all
clean
organized, their cars clean.
They go shopping.
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I am not that mom.
Oh, heck no.
I am not that mom.
They like do breakfast, lunch, and dinner like so amazing.
Yeah, kudos to those moms. But I love being a mom.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself not being a mother, no matter how hard it is sometimes.
Very true, very true.
How do you make time for your husband? Do you make time for your husband? Just your husband?
Yes. Nighttime.
After babies are asleep?
Yes. After babies are asleep, it's just me and him. It's, I don't know. Talking to other couples, it's kind of weird to me how a lot of couples don't communicate.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
And me and Jose make it a thing at night. We talk about our day. Like he will talk about his day, his work for a certain amount of minutes, and then it's my turn.
Yeah.
And then that's it. We don't talk about work or anything
You let
else.
him go first?
Yeah, I let him go for, well, 'cause
Sometimes I
Nothing
do.
interesting happens with me
really?
at work.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I let him go first because he usually has more to tell.
Really, I let JC go first sometimes if I know it's going to be short and sweet because I know I have a lot to talk about. Mine starts at dinner time.
Oh
Like,
no, mine starts
hey, how was work? Okay, get your conversation over with
so I can talk. No, that's how we do it. Is we
Yeah.
make sure we have our time after the kids are
You
in bed.
have to.
Yes.
You have to have that private time with your significant other at the end of the day.
Every night we talk about what's for dinner the next day, or what are the plans for the upcoming days. The kids' sports schedules.
Yeah.
We always have to talk to know what's going on.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yes, that's why I get so confused when other couples are like, "Oh, I didn't know," or "No, we don't really talk." "Oh, I didn't get to talk to him today," or you know what I mean,
That's
stuff like that. I'm just
crazy
like,
to me.
which is a lot of couples that I know.
Yeah.
Which I'm not bashing them whatsoever. My thing is I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I want to have that communication.
And if I see him acting like I can see it on his face, I'm like, what's wrong?
Yes.
Talk to me. Let's sit down. Let's talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's really important to make time for your spouse.
We try to put our phones down and like just connect together and talk to each other and without that screen in the middle. And then afterwards we'll scroll TikTok together.
Yes.
But yeah, that's really, really important.
Also talking about the importance of dating, still continuing to date.
Oh yeah.
Even if
Date
it's
your husband.
once a month.
Date your significant other, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah, where it's just y'all. No kids.
Yes. We actually enjoyed that a couple weeks ago when my mom was here. We both got to go to HEB by ourselves. Just us two. We went holding hands.
We need to be better about that. We need to be better about dates. I don't know. I think because she's so little and it's like my first one, I have like that mom guilt of like, oh, I miss my baby. Like literally after we like do podcasts, I'm like, we have to get home. Like we have to go get our baby, like because my mom's watching her. And I'm like, come on, we have to go get our baby. Like let's just stay there. And I'm just like thinking about her the entire time because I'm like, my baby.
Aww.
But yeah, you need that time.
You do need that time. It's
or sexy time. Spice it up a little bit.
That or I know one time we were supposed to go on date night and we dropped off the kids at my mom's, but we just ended up coming home and watching TV and we ended up knocking out.
Watching TV.
No, really, we ended up watching TV and knocking out.
That's what
like we fell asleep.
Yeah. Would you say your husband comes first or your kids come first? I know it's a hard question, but who would you say comes first?
That is a hard question. I would like to say my kids come first because I feel like that's the correct answer.
Yeah.
But
not
no.
for me. I feel like my husband has to come first because
he's the one that makes sure we're good.
Yeah.
If he's not good, I'm not good, which
not
makes
just
the kids
that,
not
but
good.
like you built this family together, and if you don't have that respect and that love and that support from your significant other, how are you supposed to
so
raise
it would be
your kids
it would be the
properly?
same vice versa.
What do you mean?
Like JC would put you first as well.
Yeah.
I need to have that conversation with Jose. We've had that conversation, but he says
I know
my kids
it's like,
come first.
It's my kids. I love my kids. I put my kids over my immediate family, of course. My one kid.
But that's true though, because then when your kids grow up, it's just you and your husband. Yeah. Like now we see our parents. All of our siblings are older. Yeah. Our parents are being left alone.
As some people like aren't for it, but for me, my husband comes before my kids.
I see that.
Yeah, because we built this foundation together, and
y'all have to keep that foundation.
Who they are is gonna be based on who we are together.
I've never heard that. Yeah. Or I've never heard somebody say it like that.
Yeah, because we're expected to say our kids.
That's
are
what
our
I said.
world,
my kids. That feels like the right
it's
answer.
Like, no, I'm sorry. That's not it. Because if they don't see any love between us, any communication, any respect, if we're yelling at each other, if whatever it is, if there's a disconnect, what are our children seeing? What are our children growing up seeing?
That is 100% true.
And you know that the first 3 years of your kid's life actually forms who they're going to be.
The first 3 years?
The first 3 years are the most critical in brain development for your child. So whatever they are exposed to in those first 3 years is who they become. So if all they're seeing is you and your significant other yelling and whatnot, and you think, oh, they're too little, they're not going to remember, they're going to remember because You are molding their brain. You are triggering.
Do you remember your first 3 years?
No, you don't remember it.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't remember shit.
You don't remember it. It's your brain development.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be an anxious person? Are you going to be a depressed
I see what
person?
you mean.
Are you going to be, what kind of person are you going to be based off what you are experiencing in those first 3 years? Or is your parent sitting down to talk to you, sing with you, read you books, be present with you?
That does make sense.
And a lot of people are like, oh, they're little. They're not going to know. No, those first 3 years are very critical.
That does make sense because I see my oldest daughter, I see some of my negative traits in her.
Yeah.
And I feel like she got that at such a young age watching me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The anxiousness, the nervousness, not wanting to try something or being scared to get out of my bubble. Yeah. She kind of started seeing me like that. So she started going that route.
Like when my child's doing something, I like to say, you have to let your child do dangerous things safely. Because if not, they are going to be anxious people because they're going to be afraid to try new things.
Yes.
So I told JC, we don't say you're okay. We don't say, oh, you're okay, or, oh, be careful. That's our biggest issue that we're trying to work on is saying, be careful. Because it triggers like an anxiety and then like, oh, I have to be careful in whatever I'm doing. Like, I have to be careful. Instead of asking them, how do you feel? Do you feel safe as they're on the playground?
And I heard something similar to that when we went to Mexico with one of the doctors I met. He was talking about how we take the voice away from kids at such a young age. Yeah. And what he was also talking about is how we say things too.
Yeah.
Our tone of voice that we use. And what you said, he said, when you see your kid running, the first thing you tell them is, be careful, don't run, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
So he said, don't say you're going to fall because you're already
instilling that in their mind, like
that they're going to fall. They're bound to fall.
Yeah.
He's like, instead say, all right, be careful. Don't forget to watch where you're going. Yeah. That's what he said. He said, you can still say be careful, but just watch your wording. Be careful, watch where you're going. So when they're running, they're watching where they're going, but they're not thinking, oh, I'm going to fall here.
Yeah. And I told JC, I said, if she falls, if she gets hurt, if she's crying for whatever reason it is, you do not tell her you are okay. You do not tell her you are okay. You say, are you okay? Because you're invalidating her feelings. Even if you know it's not a big deal, she's crying. She feels some type of way
you
about
ask, are you okay? But you also don't run to them and...
No. I always give her a second and I count. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3. Or I let her approach me instead of me rushing to her. I let her approach me and like, are you okay?
I just think it's so cool watching other parents parent.
Yeah. You
can take a little bit of everybody's different parenting.
And it doesn't work for everybody.
No.
You know, and some people don't want to be that way. And that's okay.
No, I like to try new things and hear parents out.
I like to hear and see, you know, oh, they're talking to them like that and their child responds like that.
Yeah, because
like,
that may work
I'm
for
gonna try
me.
that.
Yeah. You do what works for you, but you also have to be open-minded.
Here we go again. Going on topic. It's okay.
Yes.
But yeah, my husband will come before my children as long as we are good and in a healthy non-toxic relationship.
Yes, guys, let's not take her words out of context.
Yes, where I am not putting my kids in danger. I am not what's it called? Neglecting. Yeah. I'm not neglecting my kids in any shape, way, or form.
That's what,
But my husband will come first.
But then there's those people that are like, oh, look, there's Andrea saying her husband comes first. Like, can you believe that? What type of mother is she? Rather than...
I'm a great ass.
No, but rather than...
Being open-minded about it.
Being open-minded.
Like, let me really think about this.
Yes.
Because we'll flip it the other way, right? If I put my kids first all the time, it's my kids first, my kids' time, my kids. I'm going to do everything with my kids. I'm going to take them to whatever they want to do. I'm going to take them to wherever they want to go. What about my husband who's sitting there and I'm not communicating with and I'm not talking to and I'm not spending any time? And he may be sad, depressed. I don't know how he's feeling because I'm putting my kids first.
All your time, your effort.
Now I'm neglecting that relationship with my husband.
That's why there has to be a balance between your marriage, your kids, and yourself.
Yeah.
A perfect balance between all three.
Yes.
Making sure you have self-care within yourself. Making sure you take care of your marriage and also making sure you're there for your kids. So I think once we're able to have somewhat of a good balance between those three, things would get a lot easier.
Because I didn't have kids so that I can fit into their life. I had a child knowing that they were going to fit into our life and what we built together. That's just my mindset.
No, yeah.
And hopefully y'all are open-minded about it. So if y'all are sitting there talking shit, Andrea puts her husband before her kids, you're being very close-minded.
But then that's us being negative, thinking negative.
But it's not. I'm saying like they need to reflect on how they're feeling if that's how they're feeling.
Yeah, this whole trying to grow journey has made me second guess absolutely everything I say, and it gets so annoying.
I know, you're like,
oh my gosh, it gets so annoying.
No, but if I say that
then that doesn't mean
No. I'm very
I need to remind myself there's no rule book. Be yourself.
Yes, I read this thing that was like, I'm in my I don't give a what they say era, and that's true. I really don't care what other people think of me, what other people say about me, as long as I know I'm good, my husband's good, my baby's good. You're
being genuine. You're not saying anything maliciously, you know, or with ill intent. I think that's what I need to keep reminding myself is you're not doing anything wrong.
No. Yeah. We said we had these other little topics, but I think we could dive more into personal growth whenever we have a podcast with Bianca, because I know she is huge on personal growth right now.
And she's the one who played a big part on helping me too.
Yeah. I love seeing her quotes. She has her.
I love talking to her.
What is her
vibing? What?
Her
Instagram,
the one where she posts all her like quotes and stuff.
Isn't it vibing with kindness?
Yes, I think so.
Vibing with kindness.
She posts some really, really, really good quotes.
And sometimes it hits you.
Yeah,
at the perfect time.
Or you think differently because you're so used to thinking one way, and you read that and you're like, "Wow, I didn't see it that way." Like, it's really good. Y'all should really go check her out.
I love talking to her. I grew up with her, and we were close at one point in high school. To where Bianca is now, it's just so beautiful to see her growth.
And you know when someone's like a genuine person and they're not just trying to put out this persona, because I know people who try to put out this persona who they are not. Like, that's not you.
She is genuinely.
She is so genuine.
You talked to her. Well, that time we were super anxious and nervous. We called her.
Oh, yeah, after our first podcast.
Totally put us at ease.
Yeah, we were up here and she brought us down here. She was like, look, y'all are good. Like, she gave us a whole pep talk and we're like, okay, we got this.
She's like our Jay Shetty. Well, my Jay Shetty, because
she's very good. You're
still not on the Jay Shetty bandwagon.
Calming you down. I'm sorry. I'll get there.
Remember, those that are listening, do something for you this week.
That's only for you.
That's only for you. Don't pick up your phone as soon as you wake up. That can be one thing that'll help you.
Journal. Manifest what you want. Write down what you want in life.
Do something for you this week, even if it's crying and screaming.
Yeah.
Because that can feel so liberating, is when you just cry your eyes out.
Or if it's, I'm going to drink more water today. Or every day this week. I'm going to make sure
that will help you emotionally, physically, mentally. Yeah. And we'll do the same.
Thank you, Myra.
For what?
For a good podcast.
Oh, yes.
She said, for what?
You're welcome.
For being a great person.
Yes.
Duh.
I strive to be.
But thank you guys for coming and listening to us again for another episode.
Yes. Continue to give us feedback. Don't forget to visit our link every week, SurveyMonkey.
I tend to post them on Wednesdays. So look out for them on our Instagram. So that way, if you want to submit your chisme or need advice or want to answer our questions that kind of like give you a sneak peek about what we're going to talk about, it's all on there. Or if you don't want to fill that out or it's not up yet, you can always send us a message.
Yeah, it's a safe space too on there to where we don't know who you are.
And we will never say your name if you do.
No, not at all.
Or if you know one of us, you can just text us. And I mean, sometimes you're not going to resonate with some of our episodes. And that's okay, because I feel like we have to talk about things that we are passionate about, because I couldn't go deep into it. I'd be like a robot. We would be pausing nonstop.
And this gives me anxiety each week when we have to do the podcast. I get bad anxiety.
I used to. Now I don't. Like, I'm looking forward to it because I want to talk about this.
But see, I'm at that stage where it gives me anxiety because this is out of my comfort zone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm loving the boundaries that I'm pushing for myself. Yeah. The limits.
I love it.
That's why I'm just like, yes.
Because you are you're growing as a person. I know sometimes you're like conflicted, like I shouldn't say this because I'm trying to be a better person. But I feel like you're not saying it in a malicious way. You're saying it to like bring awareness in a way about this
Yeah.
topic and situation. And it needs to be talked about. And we're
Yeah.
not sitting here bashing, talking crap about our family. A lot of this stuff is like advice other people submit, and we just give our personal, advice. I'm not going to sit here and be
Personal
like,
opinion.
I'm not going to sit here and think about, okay, what would be the correct thing to say? What would the audience want to hear? Because it's not about that.
No,
it's about what we
our opinions, our
are passionate
thoughts.
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we're also open-minded to hear other people's
Yeah, for
opinions
sure.
and stuff like that.
For
So that's
sure.
what we're here for.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Yes.
But thank you guys. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Come chit chat with us.
Always.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and
YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe.
Until next Monday.
And cut.